welcome back to the channel. It's Amy with Notes from Past Amy. I'm a little inky, but it's because I have a new nib, and of course I had to put it in a pen and do all the things right away. It's a grind that I am kind of used to. I have one in this grind already, technically, but it was done on a broad. It's my owl nib here. You can see the point is quite triangular. This is the Perspective grind by Gina Salarino of Custom Nib Studio. It is one of her more specialty grinds. It's definitely not a tune and smooth. It is a grind on the regular, and then that super pointy bit there is because it's a double extra fine on reverse. So like a 2-in-1, and you kind of pay for that as well. But I found a used one in a Discord group that I am a part of, and wasn't what the owner expected. So I did not hesitate long to purchase it, and I did install it in my Abigail Markov body. This has been a really nice surprise. It does not dry out. I just wish the section were larger and it could fit a bigger converter, because that is advertised and it does not. It's a naked nib technically, just from a regular Yovo medium, not scrolled or floraled or however they advertise that. It's just the regular border, but it has that same nib on it, the pointy top, and then the wider bottom here. And the perspective is kind of interesting because it is angle based. So the higher you hold it, the thinner. And then as you come down, like the Sailor Zoom nib I just got, it gets wider. And it's kind of subtle. My broad is also that way, the owl nib. But I feel like this one has a better side stroke, which is interesting. I've played with this a couple times now, and I feel like this is a broader, wetter experience. And maybe she asked for this to be tuned wet, because I just went average with mine. Gina asks your writing angle and how wet you want it to flow and things like that. And I just thought of that. Maybe she asked for it to be wet, because this definitely feels broader and wetter than my broad, which kind of surprised me. Kind of a lot surprised me. Perspective. Not prospector, perspective. Grind. Gina Salarino. I think she's in Florida. No, not Florida, California. One of those warm places down south. And this is reverse. So I don't know that I would call this double extra fine, but that's what we've got here. It is a really nice width to be able to see the ink and things, but I think if I were wanting a true double extra fine, this is not it. A fine, yes. Extra fine, maybe. No complaints. It definitely flows really, really well. I love this ink color because I made it, so of course I love it. And that's the medium, which I forgot to mark on there. It's a shimmer because it's me and I always love shimmers. So let's go back and see how fine that is. This is from the broad nib, my standard angle, and then let's go nice and low. Not a whole lot of variation, but if you look from super high to super low, like there is. My side stroke is not as wide. I don't feel with this ink, this nib, this pen. I don't know. It's something with the combination, or maybe, as I thought of a couple minutes ago, the other was just tuned to be wet. This is also a light ink, and I was going to give them the same ink, but this is all I have left of this color that's mixed up, and I didn't feel like mixing more, and I wasn't going to drain this because I love it, so we're just going to work with it. I have thought of doing a video of all my different nibs. I don't know if that would be interesting to people. I would have loved seeing that a year ago, being more of a newbie, but I don't know if that would interest you. If it does, leave it in the comments below. Whoops, I forgot to do that on reverse. See, I forgot that's not reverse. This reverse is so much finer. This is definitely extra fine type of writing. Or ultra extra fine from Platinum, that size. But you can see pretty easily that the darker ink is writing broadly, more broadly than this purple, this pale purple. This was a broad. So it looks like they're rather reversed, as I mentioned earlier. Am I on the screen? This seems wider. These are quite similar, except for this thinnest one. The thinnest is definitely more thin from the broad nib, but the side is definitely wider from the medium. I'm curious to see if I will use this reverse since it's a little bit broader. This is almost too light. It is pretty with this purple, but it's quite thin. Quite thin. I wonder how it compares to my fine liner. I have an 03 here. I do have a gray 01, but I was using that in my bullet journal. So it's on the couch. Here is, what kind of micron? Pigma. Micron 03. So I would say that's more like an 01. Kind of similar though. It could be an 03, but it's definitely smaller than an 05. This one I would probably say is more like an 05. It's not an 05, it's an 03. Okay, maybe I'm being a little too harsh. This would be 01 to 3, this is 3 to 5. There we go. We'll just leave it there. I'm really curious how my Ultra Extra Fine from Platinum compares to all this, but I will do that off camera because I don't want to bore you. So I'm going to end this one right here. It's probably my shortest video ever. Not quite, but it is shorter for me. Hopefully you found it interesting and this wasn't too blurry. I think we're coming through okay. Let me know if you want to see more nib grinds. I do have more, and I would love to show them to you. So thanks for watching. As always, I'll see you next week. Bye!